today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. It's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First down, Bridgewater. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Pushing the foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty is going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, the quarterback's got to get rid of it. They don't have the tough roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Number 29.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Is third.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
First down, Raiders.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Bridgewater. His throw incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
It's 3rd down. And
from the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
49ers.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that. That one, it took it all the way.
Raiders, nothing. Matt Prater set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat in the drive. Will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they... And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. The hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And, partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him and feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. 9-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
The Raiders 1 yard.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. Here's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Brings up
for Kirk, there's a peek at the numbers in last week's game. 5 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get to the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
And this.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. This is the tight end, Njoku. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Calvin Ridley hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now, it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. From the 27, Bridgewater. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those.
And he's going to go down again. Allen Bailey in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Bridgewater to throw it. Going up top. And that will be incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 44. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. The 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 43 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time.
One play at a time. Here we
Picked
go.
up by the safety, Jarquiski Target. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Lining up for the point after.
So now 2 pick 6s that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out at me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. They'll try and get it with Geis. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Alvin Kamara, his 21st touchdown of the the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Raiders.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw, Bridgewater. Man open left side. It's Williams.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now here's a throw that's taken in by Tajay Sharp. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And the Las Vegas first down.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
It's a gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard.
At the 9-yard line.
To the air again with Bridgewater. That's complete, right around the 8. And the Raiders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close, sneaking.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Out of the end zone.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. On the ground, Geis, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
The score, Niners.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
On the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard
The
line.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down, being chased out left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Running with Kamara. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 41. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They go play action now. Jackson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson eluding the pressure right. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Let's go! Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll roll him out right. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stat, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 9th touchdown of the season. And this offense continues to pour it on. Prater on to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable. And really, you shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Jackson flushed out right. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters. And this is what he's always had. And that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
56, the mark, boys, 56. Check.
Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And that's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Here's Bridgewater. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground, and they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough, and the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense up the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Tariq Cohen on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Teddy Bridgewater.
He was under duress, serving. Trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Nick Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater. He'll drop this down to Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. We'll check on his status when we get back. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
This is third down.
Bridgewater now. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. He's got the hat trick. 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hands.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. And nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far,
and down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers continue to roll. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Looking sideline, incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And all the way down to the 12. A big play there for the Niners.
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield.
He hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A loss of 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku.
Complete.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
9 yards. And this is 3rd down.
Now Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick.
Quentin Dunbar. Bridgewater's pass.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talent. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. That'll bring up second down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
Bridgewater. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Third and long for Bridgewater. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 39, Jackson airing it out. It's caught inside the 25. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
At their own 25-yard line.
So out come the Raiders. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Third down. And 6 yards to go.
On third down, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Gets past one man. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Lamar Jackson, 39 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1 yard to go.
Bridgewater again. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Touchdown. For them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Bridgewater. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
The Niners take over 1st and 2.
The Niners set to take over on offense. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And now look at him go. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point good by Prater. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raiders offense ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something.
And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Nick Bosa, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. And my goodness, another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
35-yard line.
Now Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Flush. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for San Francisco, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.